This is Interp. Interp is the art of recreating a story and making it seem real to the audience.
Intros are where the contestant and team go out of character to explain the author and title from which the magazine or book the cutting was made from.
These are some things that judges should be aware of while judging their contestants. First, they're not permitted to ask the contestor's name or the name of their school. Second, they must always have a stopwatch on hand to time the competitor's piece. Third, transitions don't always have to be used, but they do make the piece more interesting and easy to follow. Fourth, all Interp pieces must be taken from published works, with the exception of original performance and original oratory. And lastly, no character props, makeup, or character costumes will be permitted.
The first Interp events we'll be talking about is HI and DI. HI and DI are pretty much the same event, except with HI, it is more of a funny piece, whereas DI is more of a dramatic piece. Both pieces are recommended to be memorized. They should be memorized. It's about 5 to 10 minutes or 8 to 10 minutes depending. Yeah. The next event is duo interpretation. With duo interpretation, you have two people. It can be a scripted event or you can memorize it. Whatever you decide to do, you will not be penalized for doing it scripted or doing it memorized.
In duo interp, you cannot make any eye contact or physical contact. Instead of doing something like a high five, you can do something like this.
Or actually, I would do it.
Yeah.
Also, when using a book, you are allowed to use it as a prop, but with duo interpretation, the book has to stay open. So I could do this, but I could not close it and use it as a prop. Next we have OP, which is original performance. An original performance is where you write your own piece. So if I wanted to let's say I wanted to do a piece about crying, I could write my own piece about it. But what you cannot do is you cannot use 50 words, well at least 50 words from another piece. So if I wanted to do Macbeth, I cannot do that because I did not write it myself. You are allowed to do it memorized or scripted, whatever you choose. And obviously you can use the book as a prop, but make sure that this is your piece and that you write it. For specifically, judges look at the writing of their piece and basically how it flows, does it make sense, and yeah, that's OP.
Prose is a one-person event similar to poetry, except that the cuttings for your prose event need to be taken from a book or short stories, but they cannot absolutely be taken from either plays, movie scripts, screenplays, etc. And one of the most important things about this event is that the competitor needs to always refer back to their script, no matter if they have their piece memorized or not. And judges should judge their contestants based on how well they narrate the piece and how well they convey emotions.
Events are poetry and ploy. They are both one-person scripted events, and in poetry you use multiple different poems that all have a common theme, such as happiness or fear. Ploy has the same idea, but you can use different poems, short stories, or anything like that, and they all must also have a common theme. Both of them must have at least 2 different scripts.
So the last 2 events are platform events, which is original oratory and informative speaking. With informative speaking, it is an event where you write your own piece about a certain topic that you would like to explain to the judges. You are allowed to use visual aids in your speech, but it is not required. So judges, if they don't have visual aids, it's not a big deal, just as long as they give you a well-presented piece. And the last one is original oratory. This piece is a piece also that you write. It is more of a persuasion, kind of persuading people on a certain topic. You do kind of want to judge them on their movements, because normally they will go from one side to the other side and then back to the center. And a big thing is that they are not allowed to use more than 150 words with a quote. So normally they will have quotes, just make sure that it's not 150 words.